That's right, man. That's why they're here today. That's why they're here today.
I love it.
My brother and I grew up collectors.
Yeah.
DC and Marvel Comics.
T-Cal still collecting.
My brother got rooms full of comic books and from back in the day. And
yeah.
One of the reasons DMC from Run DMC, who also is a writer and created comics on his own, it's true. When we grew up, we related to these characters.
Yeah.
You know, Black Panther, you know, Incredible Hulk. A lot of these people were folks that were superheroes to us.
Yeah.
And we would read these storylines, and many times we didn't see representation of ourselves.
Wow.
Right? Yeah. And we didn't know what to do about that. We still did it. But how about if we did see that representation of ourselves equally as others? And so that's what attracted me. I found this man on IG, and I was following Black Sands for a while and just really seeing what they're about. And I really love the artwork. I love the graphics and the way they created their characters is really top-notch and sophisticated to me, high quality, you know, and even how they tell their stories to me is pretty incredible. So I reached out to Manuel and said, hey, I love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Maybe one day I could voice a character. I'm not sure how long ago that was. Maybe a year or so.
Oh, it was like the beginning of 2023.
Oh,
so.
shit.
Oh.
Okay, wow, that was a long time ago. And since then, we gradually stayed in contact. And I said one day we'll have you on the show. Just be patient. And the man was patient. Right? And here we are today, and he brought his incredible wife, Geiszel, who is also co-founder of Black Sands. Here with him, I want to welcome them to the show, Manuel and Geiszel Godoy, right?
Yeah,
man, they are here.
Hey!
Come on, man, clap it up.
We here.
You here, brother? Come on, man. You own your own multi-million-dollar publishing house now.
How about that?
Right?
Wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Was it worth that much when we first started communicating?
Oh, it was pretty good at that time.
Oh, it was? Okay, all right.
It was pretty good at that time. That was
Put
after
that out
Shark
there.
Tank. Yeah, so that was pretty good at that time.
When did it start, and why did it start?
I think really what it started was just the fact that when it comes down to like making stories, right? I've been a history buff forever, and I always wondered why I keep seeing stories about European history, you know, Greek mythology, you know, even Chinese stuff. I'm like, yo, I love Three Kingdoms period. Oh, this is amazing, right? And I'm like, why is there nothing from Africa at all, right? And every time we talk about Africa, there's only like two topics, right?
Yep.
Warlords or you know, some anti-slavery movement or something. And I'm like, nah. I know about the history and stuff like that. So eventually, once I got into the position to actually start writing stories, right, I said, I'm not going to just make like a story that's just entertaining. I want to make something that is going to actually teach people about, you know, history, culture, right, politics of the ancient world, right, and then make everybody unambiguously black. Right, so make sure that people knew that you know I'm talking about us, right, and I'm not going to be beating around the bush about it. And you know, we tried it out in 2017.
Yep.
We went on Kickstarter, right? Raised $20,000 instead of $4,000 that I was going for, and ever since then I just started running with it, right? And the message was no more slave stories, time for kings, right? And that's been our message ever since, you know, just.
And when you started, what have you released so far?
Yes.
We probably released like 75 chapters of all the books that we do, and we have a couple of like series that we have. Geiszel has been doing a lot of children's books, so she has like Maury's Family Adventures, that story about a black family traveling the world together, regular stuff, no dinosaurs, no none of that stuff, just straight up families traveling together. Now that's a popular genre on YouTube for in real life, right? Parents with their kids just going around the world.
Yep.
Right? So, but that was something that we did back in like 2017. Black Sands, The Seven Kingdoms, that's our most popular series. That's been going on forever. Plenty of titles there, right? And we also sold like 250,000 copies of that. So
okay, so you're doing great. At what price point?
$20 each. For the
$20
most part.
each.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Kevin Hart, and actually appearing on Shark Tank. How did that process start?
Me and Geiszel been applying for years.
Oh wow.
Like,
Yeah,
we were-
so I remember the first time when Manuel applied, we didn't get in. So he was like, okay, we have another opportunity to apply. So I think it was on Clubhouse. They was looking for was it open calls or something like that?
Well, I remember that.
So he, yeah,
right
so
when
he,
that started.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he stayed on Clubhouse for 6 hours. He was like, I'm gonna wait and make sure I get on here and talk to somebody from Shark Tank so we can get on this show.
This is 2020?
This is, yes, around that time. And sure enough, he got a chance to talk to one of the producers. And next thing you know, we was on the show. I'm like, wow, So I was glad that we didn't give up. Even though they told us no the first time, we just kept going for it.
Who were some of the sharks when you guys actually got on the show? I heard Mark Cuban in the clip. Was Damon John there at the time?
No, Damon John was not there. Kevin Hart was a guest shark in his place. So it was Kevin Hart, Mark Cuban, O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary, right?
Barbara.
Yes,
Barbara.
What's it?
The other one.
Yes. Yeah.
It'll come to Kyle. Look it up. She'll tell us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, they were all there. They were all excited about it. We were getting multiple offers on the table. They cut a lot of it, right? Because they want to keep it down to a certain amount of time, right? But we were on point, man. I was going there guns blazing. I knew my numbers.
Well, yeah, you got that energy.
Yeah.
So how does it work? Mark Cuban and Kevin Hart both invested in the company?
Yeah, so what happens is usually they have an offer on the table right at the time, right? And we did get that offer, but when we went back into negotiations, right? He said, so I tried to make it where it was more of a structure of, you're not going to pay me for my stock or whatever, right? Because it kind of lowers my value of my company and everything else. So instead it's going to be, goals oriented, right? You hit this or whatever, then I'm going to, release the stock to you, right? Basically, and that's a way to save my investors, right? So they don't get that harsh devaluation, right? And everything else. But at the end of the day, things were moving too slowly. And I also was going to be losing a lot of creative control, especially on the movie side, right? And at that point, I was like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? So we all parted ways on that, maybe a year after or whatever.
So the deal never went through.
Yeah, deal it did go through. But then the terms for two.
Yeah, they
were unachievable.
Yeah, unalignment. What? Okay, so now you're still independent then, right?
Yes, independent, but I am a partner with Carl Reed now. Carl Reed is the president. He was the former president of Lion Forge Animation, and he also was co-founder of Lion Forge, just straight up, the comic brand and stuff like that. So he's been in the game forever, making movies and doing all that stuff. And then he went independent himself because he just wanted to make cheaper movies. You know how, Lion Forge and stuff like that, they went to $100 million Transformer movies.
Right.
You can't do nothing with that, right? It's not even going to make money off of it, but it's about popularity and just being a part of the system. So he wanted to make movies that were more like $3 million, $4 million movies that were great stories, but,
They can make a profit.
They weren't good. Yeah, they can actually make a profit. They weren't going to do that. So he started his own thing. He always wanted us back at Lion Forge. After he got out, first thing he did, call us up. We made that deal happen, and now we're in production for our anime, which should be in movie theaters because we do have connections for all that to get in the movie theaters nationwide. Probably in the fall.
In the fall, get a big round of applause, man. Manuel, Geiszel. So. I feel like I read somewhere that you was in talks with Marvel at one point. Is that true?
It was actually Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. Okay.
Yeah, Dark Horse. Yeah. The industry is kind of funny because the comic industry is very much old school, right? And entrenched in its traditions and stuff like that. So what happened was a lot of interest from editors, right? Editors would be like, "Oh, this is an amazing story, amazing stuff, crazy fan base. Huge social media presence. We love this. Let's bring it back to the office. The guy, their distributor, right? Diamond usually, right? Will go and tell them, well, there's no way we're going to make a profit off of this, right? Because, in order to, first of all, comic book industry is a non-return industry. So in other words, comic book shop can't return a book if it don't sell.
Yeah.
So they buy a very limited amount of books that they don't know. Period, right? And if you got a story about ancient Egypt and stuff like that, just in general, that's something that's a hard sell. Black ancient Egypt, even harder sell. So it's like, just the fact that you'd have to basically educate them so much to get them to even buy 3 copies in their store. It's you probably spent more money on marketing than you actually sold. So no matter how good the book was, it wasn't going to fit in the industry, right? So I had to do it myself.
Okay, give it up, man. Manuel and Geiszel are here.
Yes, indeed.
We're going to get into some more questions. I was, because I follow you, and so I hear some of the conversation you have online. Couple questions. First, I want to ask you, how do you get people from our community? You got a lot of people that invest in. Congratulations. People specifically from the Black community have been investing into your company, right? What kind of feedback have you been getting, and how were you able to make that happen?
You got a couple?
Geiszel?
I have a couple, but I want to see which one's stuck in your head.
So the feedback has been amazing.
Okay.
They really believe in us and they trust us, and we built a loyal community. And they see, oh, they're a strong Black couple, so we can tell they're true leaders. So they feel comfortable investing in Black science entertainment, Black history before slavery, and that's something you don't see these days. It's very rare. So
I know our community could be also apprehensive and skeptical at times, right? Yeah. And I can see you guys probably get that kind of backlash as well. What's happening with the money? Is this going? You don't get none of that?
I get none of that. None. I'll tell you why. Because I'm a big receipts guy. So literally everything I do, I have receipts for, and I'm not like a person who flexes ever. So I'm very, very. I've lived way below my means, right? And what happens is we do audits because we're raising capital, right? Raising capital on WeFunder, and we have investors, and we have accredited investors who want to invest in the company. So we got to do audits, and these audits are deep dives into our books, how we spend our money, how we get paid, how everything's done. And once they see that, anybody who tries to call you a scammer would be like, look, it's right there. It's just right there. It's like, this is exactly how the money's going. Line for line. You could check it yourself. And because of that, basically, and we kept hitting our deliverables, right? Every time we set a goal, we excel that goal every year. And because of that, people are just like,
trust.
They're working on pure faith at this point. It don't matter what I'm doing, they're going to be on it. Now, the thing about it is, I've also tapped out, too, because social media is a very finite thing. Yeah. Like, it's a wall you hit, right? You could tap out, you can get as much as you can, and then you hit a wall. And what happened was with us, I think my wall, as far as like my short-term wall, is like $1.2 million, something like that, right? Like I can raise that easy.
That's your thing, right? That's your sweet spot.
Once I get to like 1.5, it's like, oh man, the world got to help me now because I'm running out of people, But they've been doing an amazing thing. I think we got like 1,300 investors right now.
Wow.
And the average before we started like. Before we hit 1 million, we were at about $1,100 per person.
$1,100 investment per person.
Per person. Yeah. And that's regular people. They ain't no
right.
They ain't no celebrities, nothing like that. That's regular mom and pops. Now the thing about it is we got a lot of like educators who love us. Yeah. So we have a lot of people who are teachers, lawyers, doctors, all these upper level people in the Black community that have like even grandparents talking about, oh yeah, I love Black science.
It's necessary.
And my 12 grandkids. That's why I got this, this stock.
Well, it's a tool.
Yeah,
it's an educational tool at the same time, inspirational tool when you read these stories. Geiszel, you got a military background, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what branch did you serve in?
Army.
Okay, man, they put you in first.
Thank you.
Both of you guys.
Both? Yeah. So, how has first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
How does that play a role in how you do business and how you guys function?
A lot of discipline, structure. Fear is out the window. Like you can handle anything, any bad situation that comes your way. Yeah. You're like, okay, I can take this on. Any challenge we can take on. So that military discipline and structure really help us as far as running our business. Yes.
Okay, man. We're going to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. We're going to come back. Y'all got any questions for them? If you're in the anime, if you're in the comic books.
If you're a writer.
Okay, if you're a writer.
If you're trying to get on Shark Tank.
A voice actor. Whatever.
That's
whatever.
Heather and I.
That's just you and Heather? Okay, all right. I see how that is. All right, cool. 888-742-3345. Shade 45, man. Great day to be alive. Black Sands Entertainment is in here. We got Geiszel and Manuel Godoy is here with us. Listen, follow them on I need every citizen right now to check this out. Go to their social media page, Black Sands Entertainment. That's Black Sands Entertainment. That's BLACKSANDS Entertainment. And check out some of the work they've been doing. They got they've been raising a lot of money. They got a lot of people in the community that is vested. The Seven Kingdoms, Black Sands Seven Kingdoms, has sold over 250,000 copies thus far and growing. Mm-hmm. They've been on Shark Tank. They're independent.
Yeah.
And listen, you have people still have a chance to be an investor, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Up until February 7th, so we're in the finish line right now.
Okay.
Like this is it. So
if you want to invest, how you do it?
You have to go to WeFunder.com and then look up the Black Sands anime on there. Mm-hmm. We're at $1.2 million right now.
Yeah.
So we up there, right? And just look at other people's. If you can always check the information in the video as far as like what the campaign's about, the cast, because we got people like T.C. Carson,
mm-hmm.
Deborah Wilson, Eddie Griffin,
mm-hmm.
and. We just got a lot of people in the we cast and you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We got to sit down. I see how you negotiated with Kevin, Mark Cuban. I don't know. We'll see. All right.
Hey, man.
Okay. We got Sam from Alabama on the line. Sam, welcome to the show.
What's up, Sam?
Thank you very much. Love it. Oh, yo.
Thank you, brother. What's your question?
My question is, how can I be? Now, I don't have enough money to invest, but I do want to be a consumer. I learned how to read from comic books.
Okay.
Wow.
So when that young man, I'm 72 years old. That man is who he. I got grandkids and grandboys. He is who I would have been if I had opportunity. This young man.
This man.
I just want to know, how can I get some of his books or whatever. I just want to know
how can you order your books?
Consume them.
All right. So the best way, if you want physical books, you go to blacksands.com or Amazon. That's fine. They buy
I got that written down.
They buy it from me too. Also, you can also go to our Patreon if you like digital books, and you can get all our books for like $5 if you sign up on our subscription. We have all our books ever released on there, so it's like 67 books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you can get all that for like $5 right off the bat.
Okay.
Dope.
And then
so they're trying to get rid of our history. They're trying to get rid of Black history.
Yes.
I'm trying to still learn about my Black history.
that's my fight. That's my fight right now because all this, especially after the election, man.
Come on.
That DEI fight against Black people, right? It's like anything good in Black is DEI.
Exactly.
So we gotta
or woke.
Right.
same difference, right?
Right?
Same difference,
right? Sam.
Well, you have a fan in me. And I love y'all. I love
you
y'all.
too,
love
Sam.
you
And
too. Thank you.
hey,
Thank
brother,
you,
I
Sam.
love you. Always call up and support the show too, Sam. You know what it
Oh,
is.
definitely.
Man. You're a super citizen.
All
Let's
right.
swing them on
That's
there.
good, right?
Good day
All right,
for all
man.
y'all.
Thank you, man. Dave in Harlem is on the line. Go ahead, Dave.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, lightning strikes twice today, huh? How you guys doing?
Well, so we
What's
talked to
going
him for
on?
good news this morning.
Yeah, wow. Good to hear
He
you
said
again.
lightning stroke twice
There
today.
you go. I told you I stay online. So my question is this: he answered part of it with the investment opportunity. He said go to weed. I didn't write it down. I was driving. I just pulled over. So what is it called again?
Yeah, WeFunder.com. So it's WeFunder, right? WeFunder.com.
WeFunder. I got it.
Yeah,
Let me go
WeFunder.com.
to
It's one of the 3
Black
websites that they use for the federal government uses to crowdfund, like stock and stuff like that. So it's a great opportunity for people who are not normal investors, right, to actually invest in companies that are small businesses. So yeah, go over there, check it out, do the information, get the research in. Don't click right away and invest. Get your research in, right, and then make your decision. You got time. So.
Go ahead, man. Dave, we appreciate you. You're a super citizen, man.
Swain, want it?
Black Sands Entertainment on social media, blacksands.com, direct, Amazon. You could get on Patreon. Go all these platforms. You could find their work. Tracy G has a book. These books are immaculate,
Yes,
by the way.
they really, really are.
The artwork, the
So
quality,
beautiful, quality, yep.
this infrastructure of the book these books will last you a lifetime. Tracy, Heather, you guys want to talk? You got a question? Or
Yeah.
because Heather's Well, go ahead. I ain't gonna. I'll let her say.
As magnificent as these comic books in particular are, I also think about, I would say, a number of people who critique comic books in general, in terms of adults reading them specifically, and will judge them as being childish, as immature. The only way to learn is through having like a very dense 250-page book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What would you say to those folks about the benefits of reading a comic book at any age?
Well, firstly, and this is more of our educational space that we come in, right? All our books are middle school and above as far as like the age range that they're supposed to be reading at. But the content is made for a YA audience, right? So adults can enjoy it just as much as kids. Kids like it more because, the characters are bold, unapologetic. They really throw hands, right? So they're like, oh, this is an awesome action sequence and all this, they're discovering new places. So they love that, right? Awesome monsters, great. But then the adults love it because of the politics. They're like, yo, wait a minute, man. What's called, Manoa's really scheming right now. You know, like they like these, they're like, this is actually a deep dive into the ancient world. So two different fan bases love it for different reasons. But the problem is this, right? When's the last time you see middle schoolers buy anything?
Yeah.
Word.
So they don't write the checks. So you got to make sure that the adults approve it and love it, and that's what we've been doing. That's why our fan base. How do you get investors, right? It's like they have to be fans too. They can't just be like people who got it for the kids.
Right.
They gotta love it too. So that's why you got such a dedicated fan base in there that are older, right? Because they're like, wow, this is actually a really good story, and my kids love it too. I'm sold.
Yeah.
Right? So
2-for-1 deal.
I'm curious, and thank you guys again for being here, but I'm curious, as a married couple, how does that work? Because that's a lot of balance, right? I mean, I'm using that word. It's a lot of balance. It's home life, it's work life, it's business, and sometimes, that can be difficult, even when you're not family, but especially when you're family. How you guys manage, or how have you managed that?
To me, it's all about respect, So we respect each other. We love each other. If we have a problem with each other, we address it quickly and resolve it quickly and forgive quickly. So I think that aspect right there is very important for us that we use in our marriage life. And we both, like I said, have the military background. We have so much in common. Not only do we work together, we love to travel together. So it's a lot of things that we have in common that we love to do. And I think the number one thing is respect.
Respect.
And forgiveness. Forgive easily. Don't
quickly.
hold on to grudges.
Grudges, yeah.
Exactly. So I think.
Would you recommend that then for families that are in business? Because we know a lot of restaurants and all of that. Yeah.
Well, one thing is this, right? Cheating is a big no-no in any marriage, right?
Okay. You go straight to cheating. Okay.
So I know. I'm going straight to cheating because I wanted to make this clear. Running a business without your spouse is cheating. Because you're in love with that business. You're going to give a lot of attention to that business. And if your spouse is seeing all that success or whatever, or struggle going on, and they ain't a part of it in any way, shape, or form, they going to feel some kind of way.
You need to make a comic book about that.
That would be interesting.
He said, so this is how you play the game, right? They have to be involved, and it has to be a clear separation of powers. So in other words, I have certain responsibilities, you have certain responsibilities. I don't order nothing from China. I don't know anything about China. I don't know anything about imports. I don't know anything about, calling people to set up appointments and school distribution. That's Giselle's job.
Yeah.
If it goes right, Giselle gets all the credit. If it goes wrong, Giselle gets all the credit. Right? But the whole point is, she has her
specific.
Yeah, she has her responsibilities and her achievements, and I got my responsibilities and my achievements, and because of that, stepping on each other's feet is how you end up having arguments and fighting 100%. All the time, right? So this is important just to be able to divide that, right?
Yeah,
and make sure that they're never jealous of the business. They can't be if they're a part of it.
True.
Yeah, the business is a side chick.
Hey.
Okay.
Video games can be the side chick. Right? There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of side chicks.
There's a lot of things that could be.
That's
Never
funny. Yeah.
All right.
Tracy backed out.
So here's the thing. I've already landed my role
As what?
Who am I?
You're a soldier, man.
You know, soldier. I thought I told you. Soldier.
I'm a soldier.
Yeah.
You were in the military too with them?
Yeah, I'm in with them. But my character is going to survive something. I don't know yet.
He ain't gonna die.
He ain't gonna die. Thank you.
No.
Do we have a name? Does he have a name yet?
Nah,
Sway.
What we gonna call him?
That'd be ill.
That's gonna be a trademark infringement.
I'll get the money. All right. Okay. So, but Tracy and Heather, they haven't been hired yet, and I thought maybe they could read from something together.
Do I need glasses?
Okay.
So we got our boy Asar, the main character, the Prince of Kemet. He has just won the night when a Spartan invasion happened on the island of Minoa, his allies. So they survived the night, but they know there's going to be a lot more war coming during the day. So now he's trying to talk to the queen of Minoa because they're a matriarchy. And he's going to help decide how they're going to defend the island. So this is the conversation.
Are there any legends about ancients on this island originating hundreds of years ago?
What an odd question, my queen.
This is serious.
I know that centuries ago there were some legendary warriors from our past that all disappeared overnight.
There was a natural disaster that caused a massive collapse at the mountain. The earthquake lasted weeks.
Was it related to ancients?
Unconfirmed, but it is odd that the greatest warriors of an era all went to the mountain in question that day and disappeared. I saw them in a vision.
A vision?
Just trust her on this.
I'm skeptical. Sparta is about to attack.
Listen, just give me 50 veteran soldiers who have the ability to carry heavy weapons, hammers, maces, or anything that will have a blunt impact.
That I can do. Ward, relay those orders.
My queen.
I'm going to!
Menez, you're injured. Don't push yourself.
Ouch. And scene.
We're hired! You ain't got to rush to tell us we hired. We know.
Y'all need to stop playing around and hire us.
Y'all start to change up right there.
That was
He said I'm multiple characters.
Y'all better stop playing with us.
Yeah, we do it all, baby.
I'm talking about here. We do. Yo, play them Heather's commercial. Play that commercial, Tor.
That's the Nike's laws of the game. Pay attention. You might learn something. Law 1, be a student of the game.
The next dude just dominates.
Law 2, practice. Law 3, see everything.
She has eyes in the back of her head.
Law 4, use doubt to your advantage.
When I was a kid, I used to play grown men for Slurpee money. Now, I got my face on a Slurpee cup.
Law 5, Hoopers stay hungry.
A triple-double record and a triple-double sandwich.
Law 6, pull all the strings. Law 7, make them proud. Law 26, call your shot. 48, 53, 67, make room. Come in clutch. Learn everything, earn everything.
Thank you, Nike.
I just wanted to let y'all know y'all ain't hiring no wannabes. We've already been.
No, this is I didn't.
And it was and always will be.
There you go, my brother. Let me tell you something too. If you listen, if you're listening to Manuel talk about these storylines, these are based on true history. Right?
Yeah.
This is real history. And one of the things about these books is you offer a lot of anecdotes about history.
Yes.
You know, and we're reading from these passages, but you talk about Kemet, the relationship between Kemet and Cush back in the day in those regions and what they meant. And you talk about Greek mythology and Roman history. Most of that stuff, if not all, was stolen out of Africa. So when you hear, that's why you see all these different versions of names and all these stories that sound so similar. You know, all of these different things you see existed.
It breaks my heart.
Before these, I won't even call them civilizations because they weren't civil. Before these war machines were manifested, you know, they got all that information from these places, right? That's why that's why these works are important, that we support Black Sands Entertainment, because they're functioning from a place of truth, education, entertainment, and just dope-ass stories and visuals, man. Congratulations, man. We finally made it happen, brother.
Yeah, man.
Come on, man. Give it up, man.
2025 is going to be an immensely successful year for y'all.
It really is. Thank you.
This movie is my life right here, right? I done put everything into this basket, you know, and the fact it's going to be in movie theaters and stuff like that, and if it hits... Right
when it hits,
I just want to.
When it hits,
no, I'm saying I'm talking about like the sales, right? So
when it hits,
if it hits the numbers, right? I just want to cut that check, man. I want to cut that check to all the investors because this is a profit sharing round. This ain't a stock round. This ain't no, you know, one day you'll be able to sell your shares. This is a profit sharing round.
When's that final day to get in February?
The 7th.
Oh, February 7th. Yeah, because once that date comes, right? I mean, once that movie actually premieres, right? Within 2 months, we're gonna know exactly what the numbers are, right? And we cutting checks immediately.
There you go. There you go. So if you want to be an investor, you know, but do your own research.
Yes.
And no offense to you, just we're on radio, so as liability goes,
media ethics.
Yeah, I can't tell you what to do. You got to go see it for yourself. Do your own due diligence. If you want to be an investor on your own accord. But I can tell you that I like what they do.
Yeah.
Right? And it's something that I would invest in as I'm lending my voice to the movie. All right, man. Hey, listen, thank you for coming through. Geiszel, great to meet you.
Yes.
Okay? We've been communicating, man. You're proud of y'all, man.
Yeah.
Y'all doing this big, man. Y'all awesome for the community, right? Give them a round of applause. Y'all want to follow them, go to Black Sands Entertainment on IG. BlackSands.com.
Yes.
Go to Patreon. Look for Black Sands right on Patreon. You can buy the books direct. Buy them on Amazon. Buy them direct from their website. Give them a round of applause.